Okay, we got the last NFC game of this whole weekend, the last NFC game of Wildcard weekend. Bears are at New Orleans to play the Saints. We got Drew Brees against the dark horse, Mitch Trubisky. Bears have been a roller coaster this year. They started off 5-1, then lost like 6 in a row, and then turned it back on again at the end. Who knows what to make of them? Chicago at New Orleans. Let's make a pick. All right, so this line opened up 10.5 Saints favor. That's a big line for a playoff game. Opened up Saints minus 10.5, and early bets came in favoring the Saints. Early money hammering the Saints. Sharp money all over the Saints. In my opinion, there were a bunch of sharps who said when this line opens, we're betting New Orleans no matter what the line is. That's what it looks like to me. So we're going to skip all the way up to Thursday and Friday because there's no movement in the bets or the money in Tuesday and Wednesday. So we are Thursday and Friday, and then a little bit of money starts creeping back towards Chicago. A little bit, but it's enough to scare the books to drop it to 10. Now here we are on Saturday night, and the line is still at 10, but check it out. There was an 11% money shift in favor of the Bears from yesterday to today, from 12% to 23%. So we're at 10, but I wouldn't be completely surprised if we see this at 9.5 soon.
Quick update, it's now Sunday morning, the line is still at 10, and now 30% of the money is in on Chicago.
So how do these teams match up on the field? Well, the Saints defense is absolutely elite in every category. They are top 5 against both the pass and the running game. They're well coached, they're clutch, they're disciplined. Basically, they're Mitch Trubisky's worst nightmare. Nah, I love Mitch, though. My friends can vouch for me on this. I always loved Mitch Trubisky ever since he got drafted. I would always take him for like my Madden dynasties when we all picked teams and did like multiple year Madden franchise. I would always take Trubisky. Big Trubisky fan. But the Saints defense is going to be a bad matchup for him. Okay, so next I got to get a read on the Bears, right, before I can make a pick. How the hell am I supposed to do that? The Bears have been like 3 completely different teams this year. They started off 5-1, and I was like, oh, all right, the Bears are good this year. Then they lost 6 consecutive games in true Bears fashion. But not only have they won 3 of their last 4, but all of a sudden they're putting up points, man. I'm looking at these scores and I'm seeing 30 points, 35 points, 33 points, 41 points, putting up big numbers. So that leads me to believe, okay, the Bears offense has found something, right? The Bears offense has a little bit of electricity to it. So I'm looking all this stuff up to make this video, right? And I'm like, all right, let me jot that down. The Bears have, I'm actually typing it. The Bears offense has found life. I was gonna write. And then I was like, you know what? Let me check who they played in those games where they were putting up all those points just to make sure. And I found the culprit. In those games, they played Detroit, Houston, Minnesota, Jacksonville. Oh, that makes you say, oh, now I understand why they were putting up all those points. Look at the defenses they were playing. This is the New Orleans Saints defense. This ain't Jackson. Nah, I'm sorry, Mitch. Like, this isn't your game. This is a horrible matchup for Mitch Trubisky. Like, a disciplined, well-coached team with an athletic, fast defense. I mean, oh, this is a bad one. So what is the pick here? The pick is the Saints, straight up. The Saints are the right side to be on in this game. The Bears aren't built for this, man. The Bears aren't built to run with guys like Kamara and Michael Thomas in the Superdome. It's not their kind of team. That's not the kind of game that, like, they're not going to go out there and win a 53-51 game against the Saints. That's not the Bears. This is like a maybe 2, maybe 3 turnover day for Mitch Trubisky. I'll even give you I think the Saints will be up 20 points in the third quarter, and I'll even give you a final score. I'll say 36-20 Saints. So I like Saints minus 10, but I'm going to hold out to see if I can get it at 9.5. If anything changes, if the money starts shifting back towards New Orleans, I'm going to bet that 10 so I don't have to settle for 10.5. And I will tweet that out and put it on my Instagram story. So if you're following me on this one, you don't miss it. You don't get stuck with 10.5 either. Saints minus 10, hopefully 9.5. Lock it in.